Assalamu alaikum, welcome back. Right guys, today we'll be discussing forward planning. Now forward planning is about passing a driving test, avoiding accidents and driving safely. That only happens when you understand A, where you're going, B, how to get there, and C, how to control the car. So for example, now we're off towards Leeds. So look at the sign for Leeds. You can see the sign there. It's telling us there's an arrow pointing to the right, and where you can see the white transit, the silver transit van, we're looking at him. So because we know where we're going, we're not stressed about which direction to go in. So doing what we're supposed to do becomes a bit more natural. So now we're looking at the silver van and we're looking at the taxi behind him signaling right. We know there's enough space for us to stop behind the vehicle. And because we know where we are going, it's easier to plan what we are doing. Now, in terms of why we're discussing this is because when it comes to a driving test, most people fail, not because they're bad drivers, it's because they react late to where they are going. They react late because A, they're scared of asking their instructor or their trainer where they're going, or B, they have no idea. So as we're going along this road, as we're parked here for the moment, we're looking around. So we're looking at the cyclist over there. We're looking at this taximan that's got his right signal on. So he's got an option of doing a U-turn or turning right. Personally, I don't signal right when I'm at this junction here. For me, that makes the person behind me think that I'm going to do a U-turn. When I'm turning left here, I don't signal left. The reason why I don't signal left is because it looks like I'm taking the immediate left again. So in terms of forward planning, it's about reflecting on your own driving and understanding what you're doing in relation to what you intend to do. So like now, we're looking at the floor markings, we can see the white arrow. Now this only comes, forward planning only really comes when you've done approximately 40 to 50 hours of driving. It doesn't come any earlier. So there's a couple of stages of driving. The first one is to understand what is in the car. Then it's understanding what's in the car without my trainer telling me what to do. Then understanding what they do in the car. Then understanding what the thing is and how it affects the car. And then finally understanding what it is in the car, how it affects the car, and how that affects me as a driver when I'm driving. So there's like 5 stages to everything we do. Similarly, as we're driving along this road, we're looking at the white van that's pulled out. Now we know the white van's pulled out. We know the other one isn't going to pull out because the silver car is coming towards him. So what we've done there is we've looked and we've pretended that we were sat in the silver van or the white van and thinking, if that was me, would I pull out? Would it be safe for me to pull out? So it's important that forward planning only really comes when you understand driving and you understand the implications of what you're doing. What I mean by that is, for example, if you're traveling along this road and you're thinking, well look, the traffic light is red. Well, if it's red, you're going to stop. Now if that was somebody else in front of you, well, if the traffic light is red, then yes, he would stop. And if he stops, you would stop. And if you stop, then everyone needs to stop. So it's like a chain reaction, domino reaction. So like now, for example, we're looking at the blue car signaling left. That means the van behind him will put his brake lights on. Why will he put? Now this car's turning right, so we slow down. Now we know he can't make the turn, so it's going to make us stop. So that's why traveling fast wouldn't be appropriate. And it's important that we understand A, what we're doing, B, why we're doing it, and how that affects others. So like now we're looking at this pelican crossing. So this pelican crossing here, we're looking at the person walking towards it. She hasn't pushed the button in. Now the button hasn't been triggered. That means the system won't trigger. And forward planning is about being comfortable with your driving. And once you're comfortable with your driving, you see things that you never saw before. Similarly, when you were watching, Godzilla for the first time, then you concentrate on the main character in the film. So you're looking at the main character. Once you've watched the film about 5 times, you then look behind the character and see what's going around inside the film, so inside the cinematic sort of picture. And that's what we do with driving. So in terms of driving, when you first start driving, you concentrate on yourself. You're thinking, goodness, I need to make sure I'm in control. Then once you're confident with your controls, you then feel confident enough to look around and see things. And then that's when you become a better driver, when you're able to concentrate on your own driving and anticipate what other road users are doing. So forward planning is about being confident with your driving, and not just confident with your driving, understanding the implications of your driving with others. So we can see the silver car, the grey car, stop for this van on the side. And the reason why he stopped is because his road's obstructed. So he's going to stop and let us go through. Why? Because we are committed to going through. Now we can see the silver van there, that signal right in the distance there. Now he signaled right and he cancelled his signal. That means he's a new driver doing a delivery. That means he could randomly hit his brakes and pull up on the left or right. That means being a little cautious and giving a bit more distance between him and us. Similarly, how this gentleman just got out of his van. So what you'd do there, if he's getting out of his van, you'd slow down, just in case he's not concentrating for whatever reason. Or this gentleman, he's walking across the road thinking he's got enough time. All you do, you ease off the gas, give him ample time to come out. Or this delivery driver here, he's got his hazard lights on, he's decided to stop in the road. Or this car here, we slow down, we let him turn in, and then we go around him taking a wide turn. So everything's about anticipating what other road users are doing, and also pretending that we were the driver of the vehicle and what we would do and how we would do it, which is exactly how you'd react to it. So we're looking down the road, we can see the road is getting wider. If it's getting wider towards the end, it means A, it's turning into a busy road, or B, you are approaching a junction. So now all we do, we're looking at a minute and we slide the car a little bit to the left, and either we keep left or we end up in lane 1. We're doing that now, and we can see on the floor we've now landed in lane 1. Now we can see that white van that stopped there. The white van's actually stopped at a cycle crossing. There. He stopped at the right. Now that's not forward planning, and this one's going to go through a red light. So what he's done, he's actually stopped in the wrong place, and that's not very good forward planning, but he's probably not understood that he stopped in the wrong place. So we can see a police car coming along the road, and now he's turning off, he's going down towards the city. So we will be discussing in a few moments this cycle. So that there is it's showing where the cycle lane is and where the cycle would cross the road when the light goes red. So when the cyclist, now he's done exactly the same, this car over here. So what he's done is he has no idea what he's doing. Now he should actually carry on going, because that is not a stop line. That is not for somebody to stop at, but because they've never come across it before, they have no idea how to deal with it. Essentially what you would do is you'd continue, because that red light is actually for the traffic light behind the junction where the police car was emerging from. Again, that's forward planning. When you see a light, look at the floor markings, look for the line. There will be a solid line wherever it is. Wherever the solid line is, that's where you would stop. There was no solid line there, that means you would not stop there. It's as simple as that. So let's take this junction, for example, this traffic light. Now, if this traffic light went red, you would stop there. That's where the solid line is on the floor. This traffic light here, it has a solid line. Yes, it does. That's where you would stop when the light went red. But if there was a red light here, it would, and there was no solid line, it would mean it's for the junction previous. So now we're looking at the time. The time is 8:46. The bus lane is in operation, so we wouldn't go into the lane. And that's how forward planning works. So thank you for watching. I hope you understand, and if it benefits you, please do follow us. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.